Okay, we should be live. Hello, everybody. My name is Aiden. Welcome back to another stream. Late again, as per usual. But today we've got a Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks watch-along to provide for you guys. It's been a while since we've had a watch-along. Our last game, we did end up losing to the Atlanta Hawks. We had pretty much a 5-day break, I believe, or maybe a 4-day break since the last time we played, and now we've got a big game against the New York Knicks. For a variety of reasons, we're still fighting to secure that 9th seed. It's definitely not secure at this point in time. I think Atlanta won their last game, which makes things even worse for the Bulls, but a win here against the Knicks might be able to, restore some faith that we might have lost in this Bulls team when it comes to getting a home court advantage in the play-in tournament, at least for that first game. So yeah, I am a bit late. I apologize. Look, these games are just so early, and I lose track of time and stuff of that nature. But I'm not here to make excuses. I should be earlier, but regardless, the game is on right now. And hopefully we have a good time watching it. But before we get any further, if you enjoyed the stream, feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls and their chances to beat this current New York Knicks team. I believe this team is for New York. There's a couple of at least OG Anunoby should be in this game. I think I see him right now. The score is 4-9 at the moment. Make that 6-9. So I believe that's Anunoby that ends up getting the layup right there. So yeah, we got the end of the stick here really, because if you guys are unaware, OG Anunoby was out for at least 9 games from an elbow injury, and he's come back against us. So this makes our job much more harder, because you got one of the better two-way players in the league today that's actually in the game right here. And it could be very, very, very disastrous if he can, return with a bang and stuff of that nature. So I am a bit worried about that, but we've started off well. 6-11 right now is the score. We've started off fairly well, and it's the exact start that we needed. Hopefully the rest can really be beneficial, considering all of our Bulls players basically lead the league in minutes and stuff of that nature, especially guys like DeRozan and Kobe White, both doing both in the top 10 when it comes to minutes per game. So, yeah, there's a lot there for us. We'll have to wait and see if we can get the job done. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. I hope the Bulls can play good defense and offense and win this game tonight. I gave a like on your channel. Thank you, Jimmy. Daniel says, evening, everyone. Evening to you too, Daniel. It's bright and early in the morning for me at the moment. And yeah, it's a big, important game right here. We've got Josh Hart trying to find his way to the rim. Brunson for 3, and he gets it to go. Brunson's had a good stretch over the last couple of games. There was a game against the Spurs. I don't think the Knicks won the game, but I think he had 60 points in that game. So he's definitely one to watch. Of course, we kind of known this already throughout the season. He's the leader of the New York Knicks team. But there's also some sad news for the Knicks as well. I don't know if this is true or not. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Julius Randle's out for the season. Now, that's rough considering the New York Knicks team. Probably needed a guy like Randle in order to take them over the hump. I think a lot of people were liking the Knicks' chances in the playoffs just because of the acquisitions they've made and how good they've turned out to be. But I don't necessarily think they're going to get too far with a guy like Julius Randle injured. I know he sucks in the playoffs for the most part. He's never really had a good playoff run, at least from my understanding of things. But, you've got a whole team around him at the moment that looks really impressive. And he has a lot of help, I would say, this time compared to the last couple of times you've probably seen him in the playoffs. So that's going to suck for the Knicks, in all honesty. It's I can't see them going far in the playoffs based on that injury alone. It's almost like if Jalen Brunson got injured, the Knicks' chances would die quickly. I don't necessarily think the Knicks' chances die quickly, but it makes it ridiculously harder. And, it's almost dead, I would say, their chances in the playoffs. But I guess our chances are never really there in the first place. And we're going to have to prove a lot if we're going to beat this Knicks team at home, but also with, obviously, the return of OG Anunoby also. So there's a lot There's a lot of information going around for the Bulls. Obviously, if you're a Bulls fan, if you haven't seen the recent news around the Bulls, we did sign Javonte Green on a two-way, not on a two-way, on a standard NBA contract, and we ended up waiving Terry Taylor. And I believe if Julian Phillips doesn't return to the NBA, doesn't return this season, which I'm assuming by doing this, there's a good chance he will not return this season, Javonte Green is available and eligible to play in the playing tournament games and the playoff games coming up. So let's just say we do advance out of the playing tournament and we do participate in the NBA playoffs. Well, that would mean Javonte Green can play. So that's going to be good news for the Bulls in a sense as well. So there's good stuff going around, I would say. Not so much for the Knicks, but at least for the Bulls, we did something solid there. So can't complain whatsoever, really. But yeah, as the timeout comes to an end, the Bulls at the moment, a solid start. But as you are well aware, as I think we are all well aware, this Knicks team, you know, it's an interesting team and they will come back. And the Bulls are definitely prone to giving up big leads or even small leads at this point in time as it is 11-9. So it should be an interesting stretch. Right, we've got DeMar DeRozan with the ball in his hands. OG Anunoby guarding. I think he's going to try and test him out a little bit. DeRozan gets the layup to go. I like that from DeMar DeRozan. Again, the guy's been out for 9 games. You need to test him. You need to really see if he's truly back to full health and full form. So going right at him, I think it's a good idea. Unless, of course, he just defends every shot like it's no tomorrow. Then that might be an issue. Anyway. The Knicks miss another shot, and it's a rebound for Javonte Green. Kobe White has the ball in his hands. DeRozan to Ayo. Ayo's going to drive, go downhill. Floater connects, and the Bulls continue the hot streak. 9 early points for Ayo Dosunmu. Josh Hart brings it back to Brunson. Ayo guarding. OG Anunoby enters the post with Kobe White guarding him. A double team is shown. Brunson fakes. Gets to Hart. Hart with another post move. And that's a missed shot for Josh Hart. Rebound to the Bulls. Ayo runs downhill. Goes right at Brunson. It looks like both players are okay. Ayo stays down. But it looks like he'll be fine. That's considered a charge, by the way. And I think that's the right call. Brunson out of the standing area. Feet planted. Took the hit. That's your superstar player doing that if you're the Knicks. You should be very, very happy that a player is willing to put his body on the line on a possession like that to get a stop, even this late on in the regular season. So, you got to respect that from the New York Knicks and from Jalen Brunson himself. He's gotten his team an extra possession here. And it might be big if they can score. Mitchell Robinson's in the game. He's been out for a while, I believe, as well. He's come back into the fray recently. Speaking of, Robinson gets the slam. Vucevic does nothing to contest that. Gets a wide open dunk. So the Knicks at least has got their rim protection in order with Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein in the team. Ayo for 3 and that connects. We got 12 early points for Ayo Dosunmu. 12 out of the 18 for the youngster. Brunson goes for the layup. It looks like either a really bad shot or Kobe White blocks it. DeRozan in the post. Vucevic to Ayo. To Kobe White. DeRozan trying to size up here. In the post. Finds Vucevic on the bounce pass. Vucevic hits the corner 3. The Bulls continue their hot streak here. DeRozan was desperate for a shot. He passed it at the last second and Vucevic bails him out. Alright, Brunson's going to drive to the rim. Spin, shoot, a tough shot, and it's a miss. Mitchell Robinson gets blocked by Vooch after an offensive rebound. Vucevic does well enough there to get a hand on that ball. It's a good possession right there. But now we need another stop here, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get a very big lead if we're going to expect the Knicks to go away. Brunson trying to size up Caruso. Caruso all over him. DiVincenzo for 3. Misses badly. And that's a shot clock violation. The ball did not touch rim, ladies and gentlemen. That will be Bulls ball. We get the stop that we need. Mitchell Robinson was this close to getting another offensive rebound. He's already got 2 of them already in the game. Something we've got to be aware of. You know, I don't know if Drummond's available to play. I assume he would be. I might chuck him in for a couple of minutes just to stop the offensive rebounding for Mitchell Robinson. But Javonte Green gets a standing dunk, showing his athleticism on the floor. He was, you know, I guess picking his spot. And oh boy, did he deliver. He gets the ball in a tough situation, just goes up and slams it down. Timeout for New York. The Bulls are on a roll. 23-11 is the current scoreline. Wow. With 4 minutes to go in the quarter. We did enter a little bit late, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like we haven't missed much. The Bulls continuing to pile on the pressure. With 4 minutes to go, we've held the Knicks to only 11 points. I would say that's a pretty decent start. I just hope it's a sustainable start. Can this be something we do constantly? I recently made 2 videos about our Bulls defense and our Bulls offense. And surprisingly enough, you know, a lot of surprises were there. For example, I did not know the Bulls were ranked 20th in defensive rating. That was astonishing to me. And I guess basing on the last maybe 3 weeks of the Bulls giving up constant amount of threes and stuff of that nature, you know, I guess the statistics were always there, but I just never saw them. And the Bulls offense is just as bad. So we're having a bad season all the way around, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So that's why I'm a bit concerned when you get leads like this, because you can never take a break as a Bulls fan. You can never just sit back and relax. You can never just enjoy a game. It's always pressure. There's always something that's going to set you off beat, if you know what I mean. And that's kind of what I feel at the moment. So, yeah, there's a lot on the line here. I do want to take a look what's happening around the league, but I also got to keep in mind as well, I should probably do that at halftime, because, you know, halftime there's a whole, you know, situation going on and stuff of that nature. You know, you get to rest, you know, get a drink, maybe take a look at some halftime stats. So I might leave it for then. But, you know, we have to always keep up with what's behind us at the moment, because we're not going to catch the 8th seed. I think it's mathematically impossible to catch the 8th seed now. So it's about 9th and 10th. So we have to take a look at Atlanta. We have to take a look at how they've been, what games they've played, have they won, have they lost, stuff of that nature. But also take a look at what's happening around the league, because assuming we do make it out of the play-in tournament, we'll be versing the Boston Celtics. And I'd like to keep track of what they're doing as well, because if there is any chance that the Bulls have against Boston, maybe it's a bad run of form that Boston have towards the end of the season. We'll have to wait and see. But they've got 60 wins, ladies and gentlemen, on their season. So that's the team that we'll be facing, a team with 60 wins and on track for 65. So good for them. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I can't really say anything more than that. It's quite impressive indeed. But yeah, timeout is done. Let's get back to work. All right, we've got Mitchell Robinson in the post. McBride drives. And misses the layup. Rebound to Caruso. The Bulls continue to run. Javonte Green in the corner. Will not pull the trigger on the 3. Caruso. Pick and roll. Finds Dalen Terry in the corner. Misses badly. He does have those bad misses, ladies and gentlemen. But he takes the shot regardless. Brunson with Caruso all over him. Putting on the pressure early. Dalen Terry switches on. Back to McBride for 3. And he gets it to go. Caruso just gave him a little bit too much room from the 3-point line, and he executes. The Knicks down by 9. Io misses the floater. Tries to get his own miss. And he does well enough to secure it. Terry to Green to Caruso. Caruso with the fake. The drive. Gets shoved. No foul. Mitchell Robinson says thank you very much. DiVincenzo back to McBride. Back to DiVincenzo. Enters that pick and roll with Mitchell Robinson. Shoots the floater. That's in and out as well. The Knicks with a very bad start offensively to this game. Dalen Terry runs downhill. The ball finds Caruso. Now it's with Ayo. Ayo. Back to the corner. Caruso wide open for three. And that's a miss as well. McBride wants to go in transition. They find Brunson in the corner. Caruso does well enough to stick with him. Brunson in the post. Misses an easy one there. An easy fadeaway miss for Brunson. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. We've caught the Knicks on a really bad shooting night here, it seems. Ayo. Goes baseline, finds Javonte Green. Javonte Green goes all the way with a layup. Javonte Green with the quick first step, gets right by his defender, DiVincenzo, and he finds the layup with ease. 4 early points for Javonte Green coming off the bench. Josh Hart finds the corner. McBride mid-range shoots, misses. Mitchell Robinson with a third offensive rebound. DiVincenzo for three and it connects. The Knicks needed that three, ladies and gentlemen, but something we're failing at already is offensive rebounding. We've not done a good job, or I should say defensive rebounding. 3 offensive rebounds already for Mitchell Robinson. Alright, Ayo. Shoots the layup high off the glass, and that is a miss. Brunson wants to drive in transition. Javonte Green. Nice. Really nice defensive pressure there. Ayo in transition. Shoots and scores the 3. Ayo has 15 points in the first quarter. He is on one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Brunson to Josh Hart. Josh Hart finds his way to the rim and the ball gets stripped, but there's a foul called. Javonte Green is down, holding his head at the moment. "15 early ones, and we love every bit of it." It looks like Josh Hart accidentally kicked Javonte Green in the head when going for a layup. So this foul should go the Bulls' way then. They're checking for a flagrant. So I'm assuming because of the kick out, it's actually going to go the Bulls' way. I thought it was a foul on us for a second. So if they're checking this, he even got a little slap to the face as well. Wow. I don't think that's a flagrant because he's in air. He's in the air. There's no control of his body whatsoever. So this would be very harsh if Josh Hart gets a flagrant foul on this play. But I'll be very happy if it just swings the other way to the Bulls' ball. Definitely. Hey, Aiden, you're my main G. My main man, my G, no homo. Hello there, the big one. Tyler says hello. Hey, Tyler. Well, how's it going? It's a good start for the Bulls, eh? I do say so myself. Javonte Green is okay. He's on the bench right now, just listening to the coach. I do not think this is a flagrant, by the way. But we shall wait and see. Alright. So signing Javonte Green for the rest of the season, I think there's only 6 games remaining for the Bulls. So he's going to play 6 games, I think, plus the play-in tournament game as well. At least 1 play-in tournament game, potentially 2 play-in tournament games. And then if we obviously get through, we got the playoffs to look forward to as well. But I do want to check real quick how much games we have left. We've got the Magic, the Knicks again, the Pistons, the Wizards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 games remaining outside of this game that we have right now against the New York Knicks. So the season is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. And I know there's quite a few of you guys as well that kind of want the season to end just in general, as in who cares about the play-in tournament game? I know there's quite a few out there that just want the Bulls to lose the play-in tournament games and just end the season and stuff of that nature. So, yeah, again, I'm more enjoy the moment. If the season ends in the play-in tournament, okay. If the season ends in the playoffs, okay. You know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I know this Bulls team's level, and whether we make the playoffs or not, of course I want to see this Bulls team get experience. Guys like Kobe, Io, you know, guys like Dalen Terry, you know, all these younger guys that haven't experienced the playoffs yet. I'd love for those guys to experience the playoffs again. Even if, you know, I think Io and Kobe White have both experienced the playoffs, and maybe Kobe White has. But, you know, it should be a big thing in that regard. But yeah, I'm more of a, if it ends, it ends. If it doesn't end, we will just go with the wind, I guess you could say. Is the starting lineup of Kobe, Io, DeMar, Patrick Williams, and Vooch plus Caruso, Lonzo, Drummond, Phillips, Terry, Carter championship worthy? No, it's not. It is not championship worthy. This is the only addition you've really added to the team is Lonzo, and I'm sorry, this team is not championship worthy now, and it won't be championship worthy with Lonzo in it. It might get us closer to it, but it's not championship worthy. This team needs to make changes, man. And also, we have to trade Zach LaVine. So, you know, you need to add more players to that, for sure. But no, I do not think... that lineup is, I guess, a championship one. Can you give homie Stabby a shout out? He's in jail for assault and battery and is getting out in 2027. A shout out will cheer him out. Well, there you go. I'm guessing Julian Phillips not playing the rest of the games. Look, if he is playing the rest of the games, then the Javonte Green signing is only for the rest of the season. I don't think Julian Phillips is going to return. Because the only way Javonte Green could have made the playoffs or be eligible for the playoffs is if we waived a player, which we waived Terry Taylor. We wish him all the best. And if Julian Phillips doesn't come back. Or, of course, if, you know, Patrick Williams or something comes back, it's the same thing. Josh Hart got ejected. No. Hold on. Let me... If Julian Phillips returns, Javonte Green can't play in the playoffs. So, I think they'll have a decision to make there. But most likely, you will see Julian Phillips not able to return. And you will see Javonte Green make the playoffs. Patrick Williams, Lonzo, LaVine, all out for the season. So, there's no way... there's no way that they will return. I'm sorry, I'm stunned. I think this is the completely incorrect call. I actually feel really bad right now for Josh Hart. There is no way. There is no way Josh Green just got ejected from this game. Not Josh Green, sorry. Josh Hart got ejected from this game. I'm sorry. How? Look... I'm not the type of person that's going to, you know, defend Knicks fans to the moon and back or the Knicks team to the moon and back. But at some point, I need to hear the explanation for that. That's ridiculous. The guy was in midair. What is he supposed to do? I don't get it. You could tell how stunned Josh Hart was as he left. He was trying to get an explanation. He was stunned. I'm fully in agreement with him. That is a horrible call. That might be one of the worst calls I've seen all season. Ejection is crazy. Javonte Green makes the three, but it looks like that's going to be after the buzzer. So, the end of the first quarter here, in controversial fashion, 29-17 is the score. Bulls having a very strong first quarter, and the Knicks struggling. But I guess that's going to be overshadowed by the fact that Josh Hart. Josh Hart. Keep in mind, I'm very sleepy, so the names might be, it might be a little bit, sleep-deprived brain and stuff like that. Foggy brain, I guess is what you call it. But that is crazy. I didn't get to hear the explanation, but I'm completely against that. He's in midair. It's a hard foul. I wouldn't even call that a flagrant 1, let alone a flagrant 2. I know there's head contact there. He got kicked in the head, Javonte Green, essentially. But in midair, when there's no control of the human body, I think you're allowed to get away with a kick when you're in midair. It's not like he controlled the kick and it's not like it's wrestling and he went for a super kick or anything. He had no control of his body and he kicks him in the head accidentally. I am stunned by that call. Flagrant 1, I wouldn't even agree with a flagrant 1, but I can understand it because there's head contact. But ejection is crazy. I cannot believe that. I hope someone can give me the ref's explanations. Because that's wild. That is wild. I'm going to check on Twitter just to see what people are saying about this. Because surely I'm not the only one that agrees with that. So Casey Johnson tweets 4 minutes ago, Josh Hart drew a technical foul and then also got a flagrant 2 after his foot made contact with Javonte Green's head. Green stole the ball from Hart on a drive. Hart has been ejected. The technical foul has been rescinded after the ejection. That's crazy. That's not a tech. Knicks fans are all over it as well. Yeah, there's a lot of Knicks fans that are not happy with it. I can't blame you, Knicks fans, honestly. That's not the right call. That's drama queen. That's a drama queen type of call, bro. That's main character syndrome type of call. That's literally, I'm the main character and I'm going to make a big call just to make this controversial. That's what it feels like. Because there's no way that's an intentional kick to the head, bro. What's the rules of flagrant if it's, unnecessary high contact? He has no control. I don't get it. It was not deliberate at all. I don't know why I'm complaining so much because this will help the Bulls in the end. And I guess you got to take what you can get. But my goodness. I guess the one thing I hate more than the Bulls losing games is when refs take over a game and think they're the main characters of a game. That's equally as annoying to me. Anyway, I'll be sure to mention that in the game reaction as well. Hopefully, I do not forget. But anyway, Andre Drummond is going to go to the line here to start the second quarter, and he misses the first. At least he wasn't decapitated like I thought he was. No, Josh Hart was not, and neither was Javonte Green. I can't believe it. Refs betting on the Bulls tonight? Maybe, because that's just not... It's dumb, man. I hate refs controlling games. I hate when players give the refs an opportunity to control games as well. Refs are always the number one enemy, man. They do make the games all about themselves. I'm convinced that was just a TV drama. I'm a main character. Look what I'm about to do type of moment there. Because there is no explanation on God's green earth that can make me believe that was a flagrant 2. Anyway, Drummond's in the post again. I think that's a chewer on him. So they're trying to abuse the small ball here that the Knicks are providing. Putting Drummond in the post and letting him go to work. Bulls up by 10. We haven't really scored yet. So whatever we're trying to do in the first minute of the second quarter hasn't worked yet. We got Caruso coming out of the game here. So our starting 5 at the moment is Kobe White, Dalen Terry, DeRozan, Torrey Craig and Drummond. A missed shot for Alec Burke there, I believe. Was that Anunoby? I don't know which one shot that one. Anyway. Torrey Craig, open for three. No one guards him. He misses. And it looks like a loose ball foul called on Preston Achua as Drummond tries to secure the offensive rebound. Let's take a look. Is there any warranted foul? I don't know. I really think that I think the rest might have placed the bet on the Bulls. DeRozan gets an and one as well. This is crazy. I've never experienced this type of treatment from the refs. I don't know how to feel. It's controversial because, you know, it's finally going our way. We're getting ridiculously bad calls go our way. That one was definitely a foul from DeRozan on Achua. That was a rip-through foul. DeRozan's done that all season, and he's been getting those calls. So that one's definitely a foul. The Preston Achua loose ball foul, though, I don't know about that one, man. Anyway, DeRozan secures the free throw, and it's 32-19 here. Achua's got 3 fouls already. Drummond gets the steal. Terry's going to secure it. Bounce past the Drummond. Drummond in the post. Shoots the post hook. And Hartenstein commits a foul. So Drummond gets the steal. Burke trying to get back in transition. Almost gets it back. Terry spins him round. And it's a late whistle as well. There's some controversy in this game. I'm going to have to check on Twitter just to, you know, I'm going to search New York Knicks fans on Twitter just to see what they've been saying about the game thus far. Because, oh my, has a lot of things happened in this quarter and in the last quarter, man. That's crazy. Maybe when homie Stabby gets out of prison, he can have a fresh start in Australia. I mean, is it a possibility? Probably, but best be careful when it comes to immigration and stuff like that, you know. We're very much getting a lot stricter in that regard. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a guaranteed fresh start. But, you know, if you can go for it, go for it. There's nothing wrong with Australia. It's a beautiful country. Kobe White to Drummond. Got DeRozan to Dalen Terry for 3. He misses. Drummond, another offensive rebound. This one he doesn't connect with. Bogdanovic gets blocked by Dalen Terry. The effort in transition. Dalen Terry misses the 3, and he's the first man back in transition to get a block shot here. Good work from Dalen Terry. All right. OG Anunoby in the post. Trying to work on DeRozan. Fadeaway shot misses. Hartenstein with an offensive rebound and finds Anunoby. Burke enters that pick and roll. Finds McBride. Drives, shoots. And there's a foul there. Dalen Terry's the one that commits the foul. So he's going to go to the free throw line, but it looks like they're complaining for a goaltending here. Look, just looking from the replay, that shot was going to airball. So I don't think that's a goaltend. But if that hits the rim, if that hits anywhere close to the rim, that probably is a goaltend. So I guess they're going to have to review that at some point. So you could add an extra... Well, actually, no. I don't think they can change it now. With the free throws happening, because if let's just say it was goaltending, he would have to shoot 1 free throw. So they've wasted that opportunity at a 3-point play. We got Kobe White bringing that ball up. Finds DeRozan in the mid-range. Pick and pop play. And that's in and out. That's a nice play. We don't often see a pick and pop with DeMar DeRozan. Almost worked out there. Bogdanovic misses the layup badly. Another offensive rebound for the Knicks. And the stream is frozen. Never mind. Bulls in transition. Someone's going in transition. I don't know who that is. I think that's Torrey Craig. It's all blurry. It's 144p, ladies and gentlemen. It's all pixelated. Anunoby tries to find Hartenstein. Hartenstein misses it short. A lot of missed shots for the Knicks here. Kobe White trying to dance. Drummond just chucks it up. Nice pick and roll play again for the Bulls. Drummond just chucks it up to no man's land and he gets the foul anyway. So Drummond will go to the line for 2 more free throws. That's Bogdanovic with the foul. So yeah, Drummond's going to go to the line here. Makes the first. I love picking and popping. Yeah, it's a decent play in the NBA, I guess you could say. We do it all the time, but not with DeRozan. Alright, Drummond, come on, make this. He makes both. When Drummond makes both, my goodness, does our game change. Caruso gets an offensive foul on Brunson. Brunson was stunned, and another late call that goes the Bulls' way. Let's take a look. Is there a foul here? I don't know. Caruso makes the 3 and makes them pay. I don't know if that's a foul, you know. I see a little bit of an extension from Brunson, but I think Caruso definitely flopped as well. Wow, we're getting every call. I'm not used to this. Javonte Green with the steal. The Knicks are playing all out of sorts. A bounce pass goes Javonte Green's way and he can't secure it. It will go back to the Knicks. The Knicks get back on defense in that possession. Bulls up big here in the half. And I'll tell you what, the ejection from Josh Hart, the ref calls going our way, it sent the Knicks in disarray a little bit here. It feels like they're not playing their game at all. They're not playing the Knicks game that you'd often see them. Anunoby fakes the 3, wants to drive on DeRozan, back to Brunson in the corner. He misses, rebound Kobe White. Kobe White has got 2 on him at the moment. Now it's Burks. Kobe, float a game, and he gets it to go. Crafty Kobe White in the paint. I think that might have been his first points of the night. I don't know. He's been quite quiet in this game. And a timeout for New York. Bulls almost up by 20. Did anybody see this coming? Heading into this game against the Knicks. I think the 5th seeded team in the NBA. Did anyone see this coming? Drummond is the worst free throw shooter of all time. I know. And that's why when he makes 2 free throws every now and then, or even if he makes 1 out of 2, the game changes. The problem is when he misses like 3, 4, 5 in a row, he's almost unplayable at that point if he misses that many in a row. But so far, I think he's made 2 from 3, if I'm not mistaken. And we're having an enjoyable time at the moment. Hey, Aiden, how we looking? Who's doing good for the Bulls? Well, surprisingly enough, the score's 41-23, and we're looking pretty good. I cannot lie. Who's doing well for the Bulls? Well, I think Ayo's doing well. I think Drummond's doing well. I've liked the hustle from Dalen Terry, and Javonte Green's done pretty well as well. I'm just trying to think of other guys that have done well. Our bench production has been a lot better today, now that I'm thinking about it. You've got Dalen Terry doing things on the defensive end. Javonte Green's chipped in with a couple of points. Drummond is doing his thing as well. You know, bench production has been not even slightly. It's been very mediocre this season. I think we have one of the worst benches in the league statistically. So, The bench production, I think, has helped us. And I think the refs are helping us at the moment as well. You know, they must have put a bet on us because we're getting the luck of the whistle at the moment. Jimmy says, the Bulls are having a good first half. Are we getting points from the three-point line or the paint? I would say both. Io's made a couple of threes. But other than that, Javonte Green almost made a three. I don't think he actually has one. I'll take... look, we have stats here, so let's not just dwell on my own opinion. The Bulls have made 4 from 11, I think, from the three-point line. The Knicks are 3 from 9. The Knicks have been poor in every aspect. So we've done well in the paint. I think the only thing the Knicks really have over us at the moment is they have much more offensive rebounds than the Bulls. Hartenstein and Mitchell have gotten a collective of at least 5 offensive rebounds already. So that's been a problem. But other than that, you can't really complain with how the game has gone. But I must admit, again, it's easy to say the refs are always against us. But, you know, now they're on our side here. We've seen Josh Hart ejections. We've seen really, really late calls. Really bad whistles overall. We're playing the luck of the whistle here, and it's working out for us. Brunson gets into the mid-range, shoots it short. Rebound to Andre Drummond. Brunson gets the steal right back. It's a poor pass. Euro steps past Drummond and scores. That's a cheap one to give away. Kobe White got the ball in pretty much a tough predicament there. Dribbles right into Brunson. He'll shoot the three, and that is short as well. Rebound to Burke. If the Knicks are going to run, this has to be now. Burks will shoot the three. Misses it badly. Rebound to Io. Io bounce pass to Caruso. Caruso to Kobe White. Billy Donovan calls a timeout. Kobe White literally... And he's running to the locker room. What's going on with Kobe? I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Kobe just reacted like crazily. Because it looked like Kobe White was going to beat his man off the dribble. He literally beat Brunson off the dribble. He had a wide open layup. Billy Donovan called a timeout at the literal worst time you could possibly ask for a timeout. And Kobe White just continued running down the locker room. I don't know if something happened to him or anything like that. But hopefully we get updates on that. That was just a very, very weird thing to do. I don't know if it's just a reaction to knowing he got a layup and he couldn't take it. Or if there's something genuinely wrong there. I'm not too sure. Quite weird. Well, look, we're going to get the ball back regardless. But that's a missed opportunity right there for the Bulls. I think Billy Donovan definitely caught a timeout in the wrong time. Most definitely. What do you guys think about the start to the game the Bulls have had? Feel free to let me know in the chat. Would like to get a little bit more interactive with you guys as per usual. We've got about 6 people in here. I appreciate you guys all for stopping by. Again, look, it's the end of the season times. I know there's a lot of lack of interest in the Bulls right now. Once it reaches January and you kind of feel like we're not really going to get anywhere, I feel like we've been the 9th seed since January. You know what I mean? We've been 9th for a while. We might end up falling to 10th at some point. You know, it's hard for people to get interactive with the Chicago Bulls from January to April, knowing there's nothing there for us. Knowing that we're not going to get anywhere, knowing that we're middle of the pack, we're not looking for a draft pick, we're not looking for the playoffs, we're kind of the in-betweeners, and no one likes that. I completely understand. It's another season of repetition, it's another season of continuity, and again, in all, I would say this season is slightly more successful than last season. I might have to make a video explaining why I feel that's the case, but all in all, yeah, it's been a pretty wild season for the Bulls, where it's kind of ended up in nothing. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Looks like we've got some Knicks fans in the chat. Welcome to the stream, I guess. Knicks Pride. You got the orange and the blue as well. I'll tell you what. I could fully I can fully admit when we're getting the luck of the whistles right now. Like, if for the Knicks fans in here, I'm not going to shy away from that. We are getting the luck of the whistle. And the ejection. That's crazy. That ejection might be the worst ejection of the season. Anyway, the Knicks get a steal. Brunson all the way for the layup. They're going on their little run here, ladies and gentlemen. Billy Donovan called a really bad timeout. Javonte Green with an alley-oop. Back and forth buckets. The Knicks don't get back on defense. Want to trade? Yeah, hey, let's trade coaches, man. I miss Tom Thibodeau, man. I miss him. Brunson all the way. Oof, nice layup over Caruso as well. We're trading buckets here with New York. DeRozan in the post. Finds Caruso. Io with the cross. Gets doubled. The Knicks playing some good defense here at the moment. DeRozan tries to get that pick and roll. Javonte Green in the middle of the lane. Floater air balls. Rebound to Bogdanovic. He's going to run the length of the floor. Shoot the transition. 3. And that's a miss. DeRozan will secure the rebound. 4:45 to go in the second quarter and a half. Vucevic, layup is good. We're obviously not afraid to take it to the shot blockers right now, ladies and gentlemen, because that was our direct layup over one of the better shot blockers in the league. Brunson trying to size up Caruso. He's dancing a little bit. He's going to go towards the baseline, shoot a tough shot, and it's a miss. Rebound to Caruso. Finds Io, and then Javonte Green all the way with a reverse slam. Javonte Green showing his best slam. He needs to be in the dunk contest at this point. He's had some wild ones today, and that might be the best of them all. And the Bulls go back up by 18. Wow. I don't know why the game's taking so long to restart here. Everyone's just admiring the dunk at the moment. Everybody's looking at the replay. Oh, it's a technical foul, that's why. Brunson secures the free throw. Who got the tech? No way. Did the refs give a tech to Torrey Craig's son? What? Okay, it's going to be on Drummond. I saw a replay of Torrey Craig's son, like, behind his dad, just pushing him a little bit. And, like, there's no way they just gave a technical foul on Torrey Craig's son. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, technical foul from Drummond. Brunson gets the free throw. There's another timeout here by the Knicks. Yeah. Interesting. Thank you. Happy to be here. It's always nice to see different people that support different teams in here. We often do get, often do get people from different teams. We got people from the Bucks every now and then, people from Charlotte every now and then. It's always nice to have people from the Knicks as well. We tend to be respectful towards, each team, I guess you could say. So yeah, of course, it's always nice to see Knicks fans in the chat when we're playing the Knicks. We got the Knicks 3 times towards the end of the season, so we'll be seeing each other a lot more often towards the end of the season. But yeah, look, I'll be the first one to admit that Josh Hart ejection is criminal. It's disgusting, and it was definitely the wrong call. And we have gotten a lot of favorable calls today. As DeRozan gets a steal, finds Io in transition, Caruso in the corner to Vucevic. Vuce wants to drive, back to Caruso. With 13 seconds left on the shot clock, DeRozan finds the corner. Javonte Green is open, and he makes the 3. Javonte Green, welcome back to the Bulls. How did we ever get rid of you? I have no idea. The Bulls go up by 20. It's a good group here. We got a tech. Was that that was for Damar's daughter? No. I know what you're talking about for the play-in game, I guess. You know, Damar's daughter and whatnot. That was Torrey Craig's son, but I think the technical foul was called on Drummond. Who's the best coach in the NBA? Maybe Steve Kerr or Popovich? Ooh, that's a tough one. Anyway, Bronson's at the line here for 2 free throws, and he makes the first. Look, the way when I grew up, it was Popovich. I think a lot of people will say Popovich, Phil Jackson, you know, Steve Kerr's up there now. Eric Spoelstra's another good one. But yeah, me growing up, I know, you know, Bulls fan is probably the right answer to say Phil Jackson. But I never really got to see the best of his years, if you know what I mean. So I'm probably going to say Greg Popovich is the greatest coach of all time for me. Vucevic misses the post hook. DiVincenzo to Bronson. Bronson's trying to cook. He's taking the bulk of the shots in the second quarter for the Knicks, trying to carry the load. Shoots a tough layup, and that's going to go out of bounds to the Knicks. Would it be possible to clone MJ and Scotty and combine those clones into one player? Would that end the beef between MJ and Scotty? I don't know. Look, I don't pay attention to any beef. I think what's happened with MJ and Scotty is very petty. In all honesty, I think it's petty. I think it's just not great. So I don't know. In terms of cloning, you know, again, we've had this conversation before. It's just all fun and games where no one's cloning nobody, man. We ain't cloning no one. Javonte Green gets the layup to go. He's been on fire off of the bench today. The Knicks haven't been able to guard him off the dribble. Scotty said MJ was better than LeBron, and if he had to choose a teammate, it would be MJ. Great. Pop has been premier for the longest. Yeah, he's been very elite over a long period of time. As we see McBride make the 3 for the Knicks. They won't go away, ladies and gentlemen. They're fighting and trying to storm back in the game. Who's this Green dude? Javonte Green, probably one of the more underrated players in the league, man. His name's Javonte Green. Javonte Green. He's played for the Celtics before. He plays for the Bulls. We didn't re-sign him in free agency last season, and we brought him back on a 10-day now. And since he's come back, he's looked fantastic. That's all I could really say. He's one of those players, again, you know those players on the bottom end of a bench that not a lot of people know of. That would be considered Javonte Green for the Bulls. You know, not a lot of people outside of the Bulls fans would know him. All right, 1:56 left. The Knicks are going on a little bit of a surge here. We got Brunson trying to find a 3. McBride for 3. Misses. Rebound, Io. Io in transition finds DeRozan in the post. DeRozan to Caruso. Caruso's going to drive. Find Vucevic open. He won't shoot it. Io fake sidestep. Shoots the 3 and scores. Our offense has been truly splendid in the first half of this game. Alright, Brunson. DiVincenzo back to Brunson. Brunson gives a thank you to the refs for finally calling a whistle. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Brunson changes directions very quickly. Caruso has no choice but to foul in that possession. That was our foul to give. We've got a minute left. Any more fouls and that will send the Knicks to the line. McBride for 3. And he gets it to go. Big shot for the Knicks to get it back to 17. Caruso Drives and scores. All right, 43 seconds left in the quarter. Brunson is going to slow down the time here. Try to waste as much of the shot clock as possible. Wants to get a crossover on Caruso. He's going to drive and shoot and score. A tough shot for Brunson, but he gets it to go. He's had a strong second quarter. He's taken the majority of the shots, to be fair, and some of them are wild shots, in all honesty, as well. But he's really started to get himself going in the quarter. Vucevic to Caruso. Caruso drives to the middle of the lane and the ball gets stripped. That will remain Bulls ball. Is Kobe okay? I don't know. I don't know what's happened to Kobe. He just walked to the locker room. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully he's okay. Maybe just got taken out of the game. DeRozan misses the fadeaway. And Javonte Green, knock on wood, he's there. And he gets the offensive rebound. 19-point game. Brunson, that's definitely a foul. And that's an and one, ladies and gentlemen. Got Caruso on his back. And guys like Brunson knows how to make contact when they got a player on their backside. Crafty move from Jalen Brunson. Wow. I could be better than Kobe Bryant. I think we need to stop with comparisons now at this point. People like Green always show up against the Knicks, then get do not plays the rest of the season. Well, to be fair, he only signed for the Bulls about a week ago, I would say. Or was it? Has it been a 10? He signed a 10-day contract. Maybe 2 weeks ago is probably what it is. So he didn't play for the Bulls for the majority of the season. But he was a big part of our team last season. A fairly big part of our season 2 seasons ago as well. Yeah, no, Javonte Green's a very underrated player. But yes, I guess to your comparison, he hasn't played for the whole season for the most part. Only came to his Bulls team recently. So you're right. He's a guy that shows up against the Knicks and has not played for for the majority of the season. Javonte Green did great for us in my opinion, but we still got rid of him. I don't know why. We got rid of him because of his injury. If you guys don't remember what happened last season, Javonte Green hurt his ankle or hurt his knee. He came back for one game, and clearly what was wrong with him is not what we must have said it was, because he came back as soon as he left. You know, he came back, he left, and then, you know, it was history. We didn't see him for the rest of the season. The knee injury was obviously a big one, and that's why the Bulls didn't keep him around. Obviously, working his way through the G League, he played for the Golden State Warriors G League team this season, has managed to find his way back to the Bulls, and it's been like he's never left. And I'm very happy we've made this signing, because let's be honest, look, we wish Terry Taylor all the best, and hopefully he could find a future in the NBA, maybe he's even for the Bulls next season. But Terry Taylor's never made an impact like this for the Bulls in all of his time here. He's had a year here. I know he didn't get much of a chance to play, and that's on the Bulls. That's always Billy Donovan's and the coaching staff's fault, to not give young guys a chance to play. But Javonte Green has made that instant impact. That was the best first half I've seen from the Bulls all season. It's up there in my opinion. But again, I'm not going to ignore the fact that the refs have been on our side big time today. The Josh Hart ejection, I will not get over that, because it's the stupidest call I've seen. I said it in that quarter. One thing I hate more than the Bulls losing a game is when the refs try to be main characters in games. You know, they want to make the big call. They want to make the call that will get the whole NBA talking. That's the call they made with the Josh Hart ejection. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. And that's from a Bulls fan. This is Aiden's Bulls show. And I'm out here defending a Knicks ejection. Has it helped us? Sure it has. And we need the win. Of course we do. But that is one of the worst calls I've ever seen. That's horrible. And even Bulls fans on social media, I'm going to have to take a look at it after I go get my drink, because we always do it at halftime. But I want to take a look at Twitter and see what people are saying about that ejection, because I can't be the only one that feels this way. That was not a good call. And there's been a lot of calls since then that have definitely benefited us. So, yeah, it is what it is from that standpoint. It's a tough break, I guess, for the Knicks. And we'll see how the second half goes. Again, more of the same would be lovely in terms of the Bulls' offense and defense. The Knicks have struggled offensively today, massively. 45 points in 2 quarters is often seen as below average. So the Knicks are definitely going to have to pick up their offense if they're going to have a chance to win the game. And the Bulls, well, we're choke artists. So I guess the goal for the Bulls, do not choke. We'll see if we can do that. But I'll be right back. Gonna go get a drink. Maybe take a look at some stats. We have to take a look at what Atlanta's looking like and see how things go. And we have returns here, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's quickly see if there's any new chats. The game reminds me of that one game against the Hornets where the refs were clearly giving us the calls. It feels exactly like that. We've gotten 2 late whistles in the second quarter, like really late. We've got a Caruso flop call that, that's debatable. There was a loose foul called on Achua that I think is very debatable. The Josh Hart ejection is ridiculous. There's a lot of bad calls that went the Knicks' way. There's a lot of, again, look, I've said it this whole stream. The Bulls fans, we love to do this. We love to say the refs are not on our side. The refs don't really give us any favors. And most games that might be the case. Genuinely, that might be the case for most games. When the refs are on our side, and it's so blatantly obvious, I just want a fair game. Is that so hard to ask for? I don't want wins to be tainted because the refs are giving us the win. I don't like stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't like stuff like that. I just want a fair game. I feel like, look, it happens to every single team. No team's going to feel like they, had a fair game from the refs. But I feel like the majority of the games I've watched, both Bulls related and non-Bulls related, have the refs as the main character. And they want to make big calls and they want to, dictate their style of game. And it's annoying. It doesn't seem like I've seen a fair game all season. That's generally what it feels like. Career high for Green, then do not play for the rest of the season. Look, Javonte Green is going to play for the rest of the season. He's good enough to play for the Bulls for the rest of the season. We signed him on a standard contract because he will play for the rest of the season, but he was not on this Bulls team from the beginning. He only got signed 2 weeks ago. But he was on this Bulls team 2 years ago. He played for the Bulls very much so over the last 2 years. He will play for the rest of the season. You will see him again. Again, we versed the Knicks 3 times towards the end of the season. Javonte Green will play in them unless he's injured. That Josh Hart call was deserved in my opinion. Kind of like the Draymond Green always kicking in the air. The thing is, this is the thing. The Draymond Green kick, he had full control of where his leg was when he kicks people in the nuts. You know, I'm assuming you're talking about the Steven Adams call. He was in the air, but he moves his leg up on purpose. That Josh Hart call, he's in the air in a position that's completely out of his control. He's almost falling on his head. That's how bad of a fall it could have been. And he protects himself, and yes, he does kick Javonte Green. I'm not saying, I'm definitely saying it's an offensive foul, but an ejection over something that I think is 100% accidental, it's not good enough, in my opinion. I don't think that's deserved at all. I really don't think that's deserved. I said it from the very beginning, that's a hard foul. I even thought the foul was against us. But when they called an offensive foul, that was alright. He even got technical fouled. I would have taken that. But I'm sorry, a flagrant 2 for that call is crazy. For something that's completely accidental, no. I'm not. I don't agree. If that's your call, that's completely fine. You can have that opinion. I'm not gonna, challenge you to a 1v1 fight just for that, for that opinion or anything like that. I just don't agree. I don't think that's a flagrant 2. And I feel very bad for him. You could tell the stunned look on his face when he got that call. He could not believe it. This was a good first half by the Bulls. Yes, it was. Now what I wanted to do, because again, we're in the playing tournament. We're trying to, stop Atlanta from getting momentum and trying to take our spot away. We need to take a look at what's happening around the league at the moment. So, I think the Hawks... Are the Hawks ahead of us now? The Hawks at the moment have a 36-41 record. We have a 36-40 record. So I think based on just the losses, we are still ahead of them. But they lost to... Which team was it? They beat the Pistons. And then they lost to the Mavericks. The Mavericks doing us a solid favor there. Derrick Jones Jr. and the crew. So good to see that. But where are we in terms of the seeds? Where's the standings? I'm trying to wait for it to load so I can, Sorry, it's not loading. I don't know what's happening. There we go. 9th seed. We're still the 9th seed. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So even with Atlanta's win against the Pistons and loss to the Mavericks, we are still the 9th seed. If Atlanta had beaten the Mavericks, for the first time in a while, we would be the 10th seed. So this win is vital for the Bulls to maintain that 9th seed and maintain that home court advantage. So yeah, we'll wait and see. London with a question mark? I don't know what that means. What about London? Haven't been watching the box score. It's so surprising. Javonte Green and Ayo with 17. Javonte Green, I don't know what's happened to him. We'll probably never see a game like this from him again. He's always a solid contributor, but 17 points and a half is crazy for Javonte Green. And it looks like the Knicks didn't really have a game plan for him, in all honesty. That's kind of what it feels like. And he's just done a lot of dirty work, offensive rebounding, drives to the rim. He's done a lot of everything for us. And Ayo's Ayo. I mean, Ayo's got a career high in his first half as well. Fun fact, you haven't kept up with the box score. Ayo scored 15 out of his 17 points in the first quarter. So there you go. 15 out of his 17 happened in the first. What are your opinions on LeBron's son declaring for the upcoming draft? Look, if you have the opportunity to sign LeBron, even if it's for a season or two, let's just say let's just say he goes all the way to the bottom first round. Let's just say he's going to the categories of Boston, Denver, the Clippers, or anything like that. The bottom of the barrel in the first draft. If you know for a fact you sign Bronny, you sign LeBron, if you know for a fact that's what's going to happen, then Bronny will get selected. I have no doubts about it in my mind. Is he good enough to get selected? Well, I've heard people say he's a second round player at the moment, but he'll probably get selected. Even if you don't get LeBron, he'll probably get selected just based on his name, based on his, I guess, his popularity on social media. Things like that matter. You know? I do think he'll get selected. But yeah, if LeBron's a target that you're going for, if you're the Boston Celtics and you can sign LeBron on a very cheap deal because he wants to play with his son, and you know that, you see that, and there's an opportunity there that's too good to refuse, and it makes sense to do it, you do it. You know, if the Bulls did that, would I be upset? Probably not. Probably not. Will LeBron change something for us? No. But, you know, if a team's trying to compete and they have an opportunity to get LeBron by just drafting Bronny, it's a tactic that people are going to have to consider. For sure. It's the year 2057 and the Bulls are still the 9th seed. Exactly. We've been the 9th seed since birth, bro. 15th in the first. Wow. Are you from London? I'm not from London. I'm from Australia. I agree, because that green guy is a nobody. That's why we don't have a game plan for him. Yeah, well, scouting report's a big thing. I guess in the next game that we have, or look, this next half, we still got a half of basketball. This game is far from over. It's only 16 points. That is a very manageable comeback for the Knicks. They're going to have to find a way to keep him from doing the dirty work and the scrappy work, which is something the Knicks do well. The Knicks are very well known for their defense and their scrappiness and fighting for every possession. They need to make sure the guys like Javonte Green don't get involved in that. I think that's what the Knicks have to do in this half. Incoming Bulls fans saying that they wouldn't take LeBron because he hurt their feelings 10 years ago. I would take LeBron, to be honest. I've said that. I know people disagree, but I do not care one little bit about who people think the GOAT is, if it's MJ or LeBron. I have my answer. My answer is my answer, but that doesn't mean I have to hate the other player. It's as simple as that. I would take LeBron in a heartbeat. If we had an opportunity to let go of DeMar DeRozan and sign LeBron, you'd be foolish not to take it. Even if DeMar DeRozan's a solid player, LeBron James can get you closer to where you need to be. And with LeBron James, you will actually force this team to change. Continuity won't be a thing. You think LeBron's going to settle for the 26th best shooting team in the league? Heck no. We're going to sign some three-point shooters if you get LeBron in the team. That's a fact. Io gets the layup to go. I think there's going to be an offensive foul called here. Here we go. We got Bronson with the ball, 48-63. So me talking about LeBron kind of made me miss some possessions here. Bronson in the post, finds DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, nice little Euro past Io, and he gets the layup to go. Silky smooth finish for DiVincenzo. And it's a 13-point game. The Bulls are on their projection to bottle it. And that's out of bounds. It went from a 19-point game to a 13-point game with a matter of a minute and a half. That's crazy. I wouldn't take LeBron. What's the point? What's the cost? Look, depending on the Bulls situation, it's really up to LeBron. LeBron doesn't need $30 million next season. He's making a massive amount on endorsement deals. He's making money already. If his priority is to play with his son, I think there's a good chance you will see LeBron take a pay cut to do it. So I don't think the cost is going to be high. Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. I'm not LeBron and I'm not their family. I have no idea. But I truly believe you could get LeBron at a discounted price because he wants to play with his son in his last 2 seasons that he wants to play. I think LeBron wants to play until he's 40, and I think he wants to play with his son. I think those are 2 things LeBron wants to accomplish. So I think if your ambition is to win that championship, knowing Bronny is not ready, or Bronny is not a first round talent most likely this season, you might want to take the hit, sign someone that's a little bit underdeveloped right now, and get LeBron and hope that Bronny does develop in the end. And you get LeBron for a couple of seasons and try to compete for a championship. I don't see the harm in doing that. It will be a strategy someone executes. I'm convinced of it. Yeah, DeMar for LeBron, even I would do that. With LeBron James, he'll always force them to bring the players he wants around him. Well, the Bulls are going to have to get some three-point shooters. You're not going to be able to have DeMar DeRozan and LeBron James on the same team. They're two ball-dominant players, and I don't think they suit each other well at all. You're going to need shooters on the team. You are going, Patrick Williams might be fine, Kobe White might be fine, Io might be fine, but the bench unit has to develop three-point shooting. Our bench unit cannot consist of Dale and Terry, cannot consist of guys like Javon Carter. Maybe Javon Carter might be okay considering, if he has the ball out of his hands, he may be able to do a catch and shoot. Whatever the case may be. But you would need a bench consistent of three-point shooters out there. And put your hands up and hope for the best. And maybe a different coach would be nice. But LeBron, if he came to this team, he's the Le Coach. He's Le Coach. He ain't taking none of Billy Donovan's nonsense, all right? So there is some positive to take out of LeBron potentially coming here. But again, we're living in a la-la land. We're not getting LeBron. But that was kind of the whole Bronny entering the draft thing. So, yeah. We sign LeBron, then trade him. That won't happen. LeBron gets the trade when LeBron wants the trade. LeBron's the king of the league, bro, honestly. That's kind of what it feels like. They call him the king for the reason. LeBron ain't getting traded unless he wants to get traded, bro. Kobe out. G to the G. Kobe White's a left ankle injury. Hopefully it's not serious. If we somehow landed LeBron, I'd get behind him. I hope most Bulls fans would. I don't like this whole saga of MJ and LeBron. It consumes people's lives. Like, take a step back and just appreciate how good LeBron actually is at the age that he's at. Just enjoy it. You don't have to hate it. You don't have to love him, but hating him is just, there's no point. Hate him when he joins the Heat. He's 39 now, bro. Like, he can't hurt you anymore. It's done. He's in the West Coast La La Land. Let him, you don't have to hate him. I'm not that stubborn. I want the Bulls as good as possible. I support him and the kid and hope we get a ring, hopefully. He the Le Coach and the Le GM. He is even the Le Commentator. Wow. The problem with the GM, we might get the Le Fans. The Le Fans might be toxic, I'm not going to lie. The Le Fans? Crazy. You get LeBron James fans into this fan base, there's some element of toxicity there, I won't lie. Question, I'd consider LeBron James to be the biggest bust in NBA history if he retires in Chicago and three-peats. How is LeBron James a bust? Nah, there's some bias there, my friend. I'm sorry. I don't know how you can call the all-time scorer in the NBA a bust. A 4-time NBA champion a bust. A 3-time MVP, I think he's 3-time. Maybe it's more, a bust. I think he's top 10 in assists as well. There's no way LeBron James is a bust. There's just no way. We can't let our pride of our team, the Bulls and MJ, I guess, overshadow what LeBron has done in his career. I know he may, you make the argument he needs help and whatnot, but in this modern day league, everybody needs help. You don't win a championship on your own. All right. 8 minutes to go. Bulls only up by 12. DeRozan takes a bounce, a long two, and he misses. We got Brunson trying to bring the ball down the court. DiVincenzo just a catch and shoot and a miss. Io misses the layup, and Javonte Green with the putback. I'm loving this extra effort from Javonte Green, man. The only guy next to Io that hustles down the court, and he gets the 2 points to reward himself. And then you got OG Anunoby, the returning Nick, shooting a 3. Bust because he never three-peated like the other all-time greats. I don't care about no three-peats, man. Like, I'm glad that he didn't three-peat because a lot of those years he was versing the Bulls. But he's won 4 championships overall. He was in the finals for like 9 seasons in a row. He's literally the all-time leading scorer, and he's putting on the pressure to make sure that record never gets broken again. That's how close we're getting. Top 10 in assists. Pretty sure he's pretty high in the rebounding stats as well. I don't know how anyone could call him a flop with a straight face. If you're calling him a flop, you have personal pride over your team. That's the only way I could think of it. He may not be the GOAT, but to call him a flop is crazy. Like, there's some genuine people, I think, that has pride that they need checked, in all honesty. I'm sorry, there's just, it can't be, you can't call him a bust. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Like, I have people that genuinely hate LeBron. I have friends that genuinely hate LeBron with all their might. But I've never heard anyone that hates LeBron call him a bust. Like, that might be the worst insult of them all. What do you say is the most famous hippie in my hood? Rainbow Jeremy, who says the toilet paper is unnatural and not what God intended. I have no idea what you're talking about. Bronny has potential to be a true GOAT. Potential doesn't mean much unless he can execute it. I will grant he has stats. LeBron James definitely has the stats, but Kobe should get a lot more credit than he gets. MJ was a risk, but people believed Kobe was a teen. LeBron joined a championship team. In his era, many teams got rings. There's a difference in comparing him with different players and a difference to calling him a bust. Compare him with Kobe all you like. It's a fun debate. Compare him with MJ all you like. I hate that debate, to be honest, but, people still have that debate. But you called him a bust. That means you think he's a failure. That means you think he's a flop. I don't know how you could call someone that got drafted to the Cavs team as pretty much one of the earliest players to ever reach a finals, even though he got swept against the Spurs. No one called him a flop then. No one's called him a flop with the Heat. He won championships with the Heat. He won a championship with the Cavs. He's won a championship with the Lakers. I saw a chat there saying the Disney ring doesn't count. Again, I personally couldn't care less where he won the ring. The fact is he won the ring. Of course, it would have been much, much more well-deserved in front of fans, but a ring is a ring. But to say someone as your all-time leading scorer, does anyone call Kareem a flop? That's kind of what you're telling me right now. If you think LeBron's a flop, guys like Kareem might as well be a flop at that point. And he's one of the best players of his generation. LeBron is one of the best players of this generation. He is not a flop. You can put him in a GOAT debate against Kobe and MJ, that's fine. But he's not a flop. I don't understand how you could call anyone that has almost 40,000 points in the league a flop. And I disagree with another fact. I humbly disagree that Kobe Bryant played in the most talented league. This league right now is the most talented league we've ever been in. Kobe Bryant played in the more physical, probably the most physical league in the 2000s, but Kobe Bryant was not playing in the most talented league we've ever seen, and he's even admitted that. He's admitted that there are players and there are teams that are much more talented in this era before obviously he passed away. So I disagree with that as well. I do not agree that he played in the most highest talented era in recent NBA. LeBron ain't a bust. He's just a flopper. He's a flopper. I agree. He is a flopper. He's the king of flops. I'll never forget that Dwight Howard flop. There's literally memes upon memes on that flop. That's hilarious. And he is the super team creator. And now every team needs a super team to win a ring these days. He doesn't have the mental toughness or killer instinct that MJ or Kobe had. But LeBron James didn't dominate his era. I think 4 MVPs and 4 championships will disprove you, man. You know, a team had to literally create a dynasty to stop LeBron James from winning championships. But I'm not here to compare Kobe and LeBron or Kobe to MJ. I'm here, or MJ to LeBron, sorry. I'm here to defend that Kobe White, why, I'm getting crazy now. I'm here to defend that LeBron James is not a bust. You need to search up the definition of a bust. There's no way anyone can call LeBron James a failure when he holds literally the best record you could ask for in terms of an individual stat. An all-time leading scorer. I mean, come on. There's no way. That's why I like Aiden, because he's the most accurate and fair analysis. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to have a go at people. It's not my intention to have a go at people, but like, you know, I know a lot of people hate LeBron, and I understand the hate. I do understand the hate. He's done a lot of things that make a lot of people hate him. But to call him a bust to me is just, it's like a big question mark in my brain. You know, like the question mark emoji? That's what I think when people say LeBron is a bust. I don't think LeBron's the GOAT. By the way, I don't think he's the GOAT, but I don't think he's a bust. There has to be somewhere in the middle there, a middle ground that we can come to. He is one of the best players of our generation. If I had to put a top 3 in there, LeBron's probably going to crack it. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah. Buster dudes like Anthony Bennett. Yeah. Jahlil Okafor as well. You know, those types of players. They are proven to be busts at the NBA level. The Knicks are surging back, by the way. They've got a slam dunk, and they've absolutely destroyed us in this third quarter. Kwame Brown is a bust. Yeah. Kwame Brown would be considered a bust, I would say, considering how high of a pick he was. I just realized teams only known as dynasties if they win championships. I hate the flopping and the team hopping and stat padding and walking out on the team when they're losing. Yeah, well, player power. Anyway, the Bulls missed another big shot. Brunson's going to drive right to the rim, finds the corner, and Dalen Terry with the interception. 4:40 to go. We talked too much about the GOAT debate. The IO misses a layup. The Bulls have really given up a big lead here. We're in a competitive game. Dalen Terry gets a block and it's out of bounds. Yeah, they are called dynasties because they win rings. Because dynasties mean you're successful. So, the Warriors had a dynasty. The Bulls had a dynasty. The Lakers had a dynasty. Boston had a dynasty because those teams were successful over multiple years and they were the team. They broke records. They won championships. They did three-peats. I would never say LeBron had a dynasty I think the closest you would get is the Knicks team, not the Knicks, the Heat team. I think his Heat team is the closest thing to a dynasty you'll see. But they won 2 rings, and I wouldn't necessarily say they were unbeatable. They lost to the Mavericks and the Spurs, so they were definitely beatable. But yeah, teams like the Warriors, I would consider a dynasty. They stayed together for so long. They won championships together. Yeah, that's a interesting take. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. To me, Steph and LeBron are the premier talents, and the level they set may never get broken. Well, LeBron playing a 40 doesn't help any player. I think Lucas said a quote pretty recently. Who's going to beat LeBron's scoring record? Because no one wants to play until they're 40. It's only him. Him and Vince Carter are the only guys that I know that played at a somewhat decent level. Even Vince Carter kind of regressed a lot. But to play at his level of 40 is insane. I don't think anyone's going to bring... I don't think LeBron's scoring record is going to be broken in my lifetime. I'll put it that way. The 3-point stat will soon enough be the others. Again, Steph's the pioneer. You call him the creator of what you see today. He's changed the game. Like, his play and the Warriors' play has literally changed every single team around the league. Not even LeBron did that. But Steph has definitely changed the game. I bet if I was in the NBA, I'd be a top 20 player for sure because I'm competitive and believe in myself and pray daily. There's only one way to prove it. If only we could have had the Rose Dynasty instead of the Rose Era. I know, right? That Bulls team deserved the championship, man. It deserved it. Joakim Noah was close to an MVP caliber player when D-Rose got hurt. D-Rose was an MVP. You started to develop Jimmy Butler. Luol Deng was in his prime. You got Carlos Boozer in there. That was one of the better post players in the league at the time. And that was a very post-centric team, very post-centric player. We pride ourselves on defense. We were beating teams defensively. Captain Kirk in there, flying and putting his body on the line, left, right, and center. It was decent, man. It was a decent team. I think a championship-worthy team, especially because, Derrick Rose was a point guard no one's ever seen before. You probably see it now with guys like Westbrook and Ja Morant and stuff of that nature. Highly athletic players. But D-Rose was a different level of speed and quickness and athleticism. It was something the league hasn't seen before. And if he could have maintained that, I think he would have got one. Now we're just waiting for D-Rose to join the right team to win a ring. He should just go join that championship team and get one, man. I think he tried to join Memphis because he thought Memphis could win that championship. But obviously all the injuries that happened to Memphis, very unfortunate. He's basically second last on the ladder now, which is insane. But yeah, I think D-Rose should join Denver. Go join Denver or the Celtics or something, Go win that ring. To be honest, I hate to admit it, but I had hoped LeBron James would join the Bulls with Rose. If that could have happened, yikes. I mean, it was close. It was close. But yeah, I guess close isn't good enough. D-Rose was the greatest Bull of all time, excluding MJ and Scotty. Both ruined it. LeBron owned the East between 2005 and 2018, so there's no way the D-Rose era would have beaten LeBron. We had 2 series against LeBron where I thought, I guess, maybe there was something to talk about. The series with the Heat, where I think it went to 6 games and the Heat ended up winning. And then the Cavs series, where we started off with a 2-0 lead and LeBron basically won the series from there. And the Bulls just collapsed. Those are 2 series where if we had won those series, I would have been convinced we would have won a ring. But we lost. You're right. LeBron won those series. Like it or not, that's what happened. But I guess my biggest regret is we didn't see more series with LeBron. Because I refuse to believe LeBron James would have beaten every series against the Bulls. But the problem is we only really saw 2 series with the Heat and with the Cavs and with the Bulls team. You know? At least competitive series. So I guess my biggest regret from that era is that we didn't see more series against LeBron. We didn't, compared to what we should have seen. Like the Raptors versus LeBron more than we did. You know, I kind of feel like the Bulls should have done more. Anyway, the game is only 4 points. DiVincenzo for 3 misses. We're in a tough battle here. I just want to quickly show you guys. In this game, the third quarter, the Bulls have only scored 16 points. And the Knicks have scored 28. So they've destroyed us in this quarter. And that's why this is a close game. Bulls up by 6. Brunson pushes off. No call there. He gets the layup to go. And it's a 5-point game. Caruso to Dalen Terry. Dalen Terry, nice little, adding a little own strength to his game, and he gets a layup to go. Bulls could have been up 3-1 on that Cavs, but the refs didn't call the tech on the coach for calling the timeout they didn't have. Yeah, that's right. The Knicks just got an alley-oop play and an and one. Torrey Craig gets posted, ladies and gentlemen. That's tough. Alright, we need Mitchell Robinson to miss the free throw. Thank you very much. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Bulls down by 4. Refs are the bane of our existence. Well, we got the luck of the whistle in the first half. I haven't really seen the third quarter, to be honest. Caruso drives, and they're going to call a jump ball. Let's take a look. Caruso drives. Absolutely, a jump ball. All right. Caruso wins it. And they're going to say it's a Bulls ball. All right, Bulls ball, ladies and gentlemen. The ball got tipped out of bounds and they claim it's off the Knicks. DeRozan gets the inbound. Pick and roll, finds Drummond. Drummond spins, shoots, misses. Brunson secures the rebound and he's running all the way. Bogdanovic for 3, air balls. Caruso gets the rebound. Finds Craig, Euros, and lays it in. The Bulls continue to run in transition, and that's a big bucket. All right, 1 minute to go in the third. Brunson trying to waste the time a little bit. Enters the pick and roll with Mitchell Robinson. Brunson tries, the little hair flip and doesn't get the call. Caruso for 3. Misses heavy. Rebound to DiVincenzo. What a pass to Mitchell Robinson. Drummond contests. I have to take that foul, ladies and gentlemen. Mitchell Robinson was going right for the slam. Drummond contests, forces the foul. And Mitchell Robinson is not the best free throw shooter, so this is the right play for the Bulls, unfortunately. Look, it would have been nice to get a clean block. But we're going to have to settle for free throws here. Bulls are going to Bull. Yes, they are. Again, this is what I said it even at halftime. The Bulls played a really good first half. We did get the luck of the whistle and everything in between. But if you expected the Bulls to really run away with the game, you just haven't watched the Bulls all season. We give away leads more than they probably give away money, you know? Like, it's crazy. We give away leads so easily. He makes the first, by the way. He misses the second. Something we might have to settle with there. 37 seconds left on the shot clock. On the game clock, sorry. DeRozan finds his way to the mid-range and he misses the mid-range. Rebound, DiVincenzo. 27 seconds left on the shot clock. And they're going to settle here. Alright, DiVincenzo. Drives. Misses the layup. Drummond secures the rebounds. Caruso with 5 seconds left. Dribbling the ball down the court. Mid-range. Shoots. And there's a foul call. But they're going to call the foul on the floor. So that's a really smart foul, I believe, by the Knicks. Unless we're in the penalty. Well, I'm just waiting to see. Alright, 0.002 seconds left. It's basically impossible to get a shot off here. You may as well just chuck an alley-oop. Well, Drummond misses the three. You probably wouldn't have counted anyway. And that is the end of the third quarter. 81 to 78. 76, my apologies. So that's a 5-point game heading into the fourth quarter. We were up by around 15 points in the first half. We now enter the fourth quarter with only a 5-point lead. The Knicks surge back in this game. So we know how important this game is. Basically, if we lose this game, you could say we're the 10th seed. We have the same record as the Hawks. But we do have the tiebreaker. So that would put us in the 9th seed still. But with that being said, only 20 points to our name in that third quarter. You have to fear for what's ahead. And before we get to that fourth quarter, before we get to the action, let's quickly check the likes that we have on the stream. We've got 6 likes on the stream. Of course, guys, we always like to get to the double-digit like goal. So, if you guys haven't done it already, we need 4 likes only. That would be very much appreciated. Again, the double-digit like goal, basically, it's a goal that we set to know that people are enjoying the stream. If you get about 10 to 15 people in every stream and you get 10 likes on the stream, that to me shows that the vast majority of people that come in like the stream. And that's all I can ask for, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you do like the stream, if you're having a good time here, you like talking about the Bulls and the GOAT debate and the game against the Knicks and, the ejections, everything that's happened today, feel free to like the stream. And if you are new, of course, feel free to subscribe because that definitely helps as well. But I appreciate you guys nonetheless. Again, a long season, a tedious season, a tiring season, a mentally exhausting season. A season that, the vast majority of Bulls fans just want to end. Whatever the case may be, we've still got a little bit of time to go. It's the final stretch, the final countdown, and this game is part of it. And this is still an important game to win. So we've got 1 quarter to really secure it now. By the way, I'm pretty sure it's said throughout the game that Rondo has officially announced his retirement from the NBA. Don't think he's played on the team for a while, but announcing his retirement, we wish Rajon Rondo nothing but the best in his retirement. He's a former Bulls player, in that whole Dwayne Wade era for the Bulls, which was quite interesting. Played on some really good teams, played for the Lakers, played for Boston, played for Sacramento and the Mavericks, has had his fair share of complaints, but also his fair share of really highlight-worthy moments. I would put him down in the Hall of Fame, to be honest, but I don't know, it's not really up to me. And congratulations on retirement, man. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your life. Enjoy it, man. All right, we've got Batim in the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be obviously a sign that Kobe's not going to return. Bogdanovic for three. Misses. Rebound Io. Io to Batim. Batim fakes the three. Finds DeRozan. DeRozan in the mid-range. Drummond with the slam. Let's go. Alright, DiVincenzo. Misses the layup. Rebound to Drummond. Drummond's been dominating in this game. Io wants to take a right to McBride. And there's going to be a foul called there on the Knicks. So Io will go to the line for two. That's a good highlight play from Mr. Andre Drummond right there. Runs right down the middle of the lane. Gets himself wide open for a putback. Io gets the first to go. Who's playing for the Knicks? It does not look right. Right now, Brunson, DiVincenzo, Mitchell's in there, Bogdanovic, and McBride. I think that's the five out there for the Knicks. Hartenstein is now in for Mitchell Robinson, unless they're playing together. I think right now they're playing two centers together, I think. From the angle that I see, I can't really see much. Anyway, McBride gets the layup to go right over Batim. Io open for three. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Andre Drummond. Drummond takes two players out with one screen. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Let's take a look. Brunson falls, bro. That's not even a foul. Alright. Brunson. Bogdanovic's foot was out of bounds. That will go back to the Bulls. Alright, DeRozan bringing the ball up. Will the king of the fourth quarter execute once more? DeRozan drives, Euros. Gets blocked. But Tim tries to save it. The Knicks do well to get the rebound. And Bogdanovic with a hard foul. Io, commits the hard foul on Bogdanovic. Stopping the layup. And there'll be two free throws here. Hartenstein gets the block on DeRozan, but Tim just too late for the ball. Again, McBride does really, really well. Hustles for it. And Io with the hard foul. I don't know, if you're Batim in that situation, I think you should dive for that ball. I think it's really, really bad that McBride got there before you. You know, we're talking about hustle plays. That just led to Knicks 2 easy points and to bring them within 6. Assuming, of course, Bogdanovic makes both. Alright, and Bogdanovic makes both. Here we go. 9:50 to go. 6-point game. Io to Batim. Finds Drummond in that post. Drummond to Green. Green, Euro, shoots, and there's a foul call. Precious Achiuwa commits the foul. Javonte Green continues his excellent run of form as he goes to the line for 2. Javonte Green has his first ever double-double in the NBA. Can we give a big congratulations to Javonte Green right now, ladies and gentlemen? I know he's not seeing this right now because he's in the game. And obviously, probably doesn't watch the channel anyway. But for everyone that's here right now, can we give a big congratulations to Javonte Green? Man's got a contract for the rest of the season. He's going to be playing in a play-in tournament game. He's going to be playing for the rest of the season. And he's just secured his first ever double-double in a Bulls uniform and in the NBA. And he makes both free throws as well. He's got 19 points and 11 rebounds. What a man. Ayo almost gets the steal. Bogdanovic is in the post. Gets the scoop layup to go. But I think there's an offensive foul in there. Looks like Ayo got shoved off in that possession. Tom Thibodeau does not understand the call at all. Ayo gets the layup. Downhill again. Ayo with a terrific night as well. It's the hustle players right now that's absolutely done great things for the Bulls. Ayo hustling all over the place. Javonte Green, we know, is going to hustle left, right, and center. Those are the guys that are having the best performances for the Bulls at the moment as we, get back to double figures. All right. Bronson's at the line here. DeRozan commits a foul on a very similar move he knows all too well, the rip-through. Bronson makes the first. And it's timeout Chicago. So, since I didn't necessarily mention the halftime stats, now that there's another timeout here, I do want to look at the stats of the Bulls. I want to see the pure stats right now. So, assuming all of this is counted for the Bulls here, DeMar DeRozan only has 13 points, but he's 1 assist away from a double-double, and he's shooting fairly inefficiently. Caruso's got 7 points, 4 assists as well. Pretty solid stuff. He's played about 29 minutes. By the way, Alex Caruso needs to play now because he's got 20 minutes this game. The next 2 games out of the 6 that we have to go, or the 5 now, he needs to play 20 plus minutes, I believe, to meet the requirement. So he's done it today. He'll need to do it in the next game. I think we have the Magic next. And then he needs to do it again. And then he'll be able to be eligible for all the NBA defensive teams. And he'll be a shoo-in if he gets there. I'm positive of that. So, yeah, good to see from Caruso. Vucevic, 13 and 12, 6 from 15. Haven't really noticed him, to be honest. Simple as that. He's got a double-double. I haven't noticed much of Vucevic today. Ayo, fantastic performance. 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. 9 for 15. So he's by far our most efficient starter in the game. 1 from 4 from the three-point line. Great game. Kobe White obviously exited early. He had 2 points and 3 rebounds, 1 from 4. You would have definitely seen a better Kobe White in the second half, I would assume. But that is tough. A tough break for the Bulls. Hopefully it's not a big injury there. Javonte Green, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block, and 9 from 12 from the field. And he has the second highest plus minus. Kobe White actually has the highest plus minus. But Javonte Green is behind him, or the third highest with DeRozan, actually. But anyway, phenomenal game for Javonte Green, and he has a positive plus minus. Altogether, Dalen Terry's got 2 points. Drummond, 6 points. Torrey Craig, 2 points. So let's add that up real quick. 23 points for Green. 2 for Terry's 25. 31 overall with Drummond, 6. I think that's right. And then 33. So 33 bench points. You got 9. Let's do the Knicks one at the moment. So McBride's got 19. Plus 5 is 24. Plus 9 is 33. If I'm not mistaken. So the bench points have been very even. But our starters have really dominated here. But it's nice to see our bench points crack 30 plus points. How often do we see that in this Bulls team? We just needed a really unbelievable game for Javonte Green to get there, but we got there, so we can't complain. Brunson misses the second free throw. The Bulls' timeout plan works. We called a timeout on the first free throw. He misses the second one. Io, floater, off, Drummond, putback goes. And Drummond's on track for a double-double. Bulls back up by 11. We're playing Vucevic and Drummond together. Alright, Brunson tries to find Hartenstein. Vucevic guarding him. Bounce past to Brunson and Io picks the pocket. Running down the court, ladies and gentlemen. Bounce pass to Green. Oh, and Green misses the layup. Nice cut, but not greatly executed. Brunson here needs to start cooking for the Knicks. Finds Hartenstein. Hartenstein jump hook gets it to go. The Knicks now down by 9. DeRozan with 8 minutes to go. In the post. Sizing up Bogdanovic, shoots over him. And he gets it. And it's an and one, ladies and gentlemen. As Bogdanovic lands in the landing area. Gives no space for DeRozan to land. And we will now see more free throws for DeRozan. You can tell my voice is starting to go a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I am still fairly sick. I've been sick for a while, but it's getting worse, in all honesty. My voice is starting to go. So, yeah. I apologize if, I'm having a little bit of brain farts and my voice is starting to go. It's crazy over here. Congrats, Javonte. Who knows where he'll be next season, but might as well enjoy his capability on this team right now. Yeah, enjoy the short term. Who knows what's happening long term, but enjoy the short term. Anunoby to Achua for 3. That's off. Rebound Drummond. But he loses it to Hartenstein. That's a tough break. We saw and we got the rebound, but that leads to nothing. We got Brunson. Bounce pass to Achua. Gets blocked by Drummond. Gets their own miss. Javonte Green with the dive and he secures the steal. Io has the ball right now and he's going to slow it down. Again, a dive play from Javonte Green secures the ball for the Bulls. DeRozan gets taken out. And that should be a foul on Anunoby. Javonte Green, no way. Javonte Green steps right up to Anunoby, gets up in his face, and then he just laughs at him. Looks like they're both just having a good time. Haven't you been sick for a month and a half now? Look, it's a different type of sickness, I guess you could say. About a month and a half ago, I probably was suffering more from... Actually, no, I wasn't sick a month and a half. Who said I was sick a month and a half ago? I think the sickness I might have had a month and a half ago was being sleep deprived. But in terms of actually being sick, it's been maybe over a week, I would say. I don't remember being sick a month and a half ago. I think it's more changing of the season sick, like I'm getting a cold. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. From changing from summer to autumn, it's a drastic change. You're going from massive heat to ridiculousness cold. So I think that's what I'm suffering from at the moment. But no, I don't remember being sick for a month and a half. I'll say over a week. I'll say it's been a while. But, yeah, not a month. Oh, imagine if I was sick for a month and a half. Oosh, bro. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I've been sick for a while, but not a month. I'd say a week to a week and a half now. It probably feels like a month knowing that all these Bulls games are being played. I think I've watched about 6 Bulls games in the space of 2 weeks. So it probably does feel like a month. Brunson finds the corner. Anunoby for 3. Oh, and he gets it to go. That's a big shot for the Knicks. 88-95 is the score with 6:20 left in the game. Io to Vucevic to Caruso. Caruso, they go underneath the screen to Vucevic. No one wants to shoot this ball. Vucevic tries to Euro step his way into the paint. And that's a turnover. Brunson's trying to go all the way. A little bit of a push off. And it doesn't matter. He takes Caruso completely out of the play and gets the layup to go. 2 big shots for the Knicks here to bring them closer and closer. DeRozan, mid-range, shoots and scores. That's the shot that we need right there. Giving us a secure lead. 8 points at the moment. 9 points, actually. Brunson to Hartenstein. To Anunoby. Anunoby takes DeRozan off the dribble. Enters the mid-range. He shoots and he scores. A very crafty move from a guy that's not known for his mid-range game. OG Anunoby scores a big one here. Vucevic finds Drummond in the post. Drummond on Hartenstein. Uses his physicality. Shoots over him and he gets the layup to go. He does a little bit of a flex, Andre Drummond. Again, Hartenstein, one of the best shot blockers in the league this season. And Drummond has the confidence to shoot over him and score. Alright, Brunson. Bounce past to Hartenstein for a slam. No point having 2 centers out there if you can't even protect the rim. That's really poor work from Nikola Vucevic. And we're back to 7. Trading buckets here with the Knicks. Can it continue? DeRozan has the ball in his hands. Mid-range. Game. Shoots and scores. DeRozan has taken over in the 4th, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to 9. I'll take trading buckets with the Knicks at the moment. As long as they don't make a big run, I'm fine. Brunson trying to enter the post. Drummond with the help. And it looks like every time Brunson plays, he shoves people. There's a lot of push-offs with Brunson. Caruso's down and he's holding his ankle now. I would like to see the replay for this. There we go. Oh. Alright, so there's no push-off on that possession. But what did happen is that Brunson, trying to do his spin move, steps on Caruso's ankle. And that ankle is the one that's been hurt for a while. So AC stays down. He's gotten up now, but you have to wonder, again, at this point, there has to be a question asked. How much does the All-NBA defensive nomination mean to Caruso? Does it mean enough for him to risk his body for the play-in tournament and play the regular season out, trying to get nominated for that award? Or does he sit for a couple of games this season, run the risk of not getting an All-NBA nomination, a defensive player at least, but be ready for the play-in tournament? There's going to be a lot of questions that need to be answered because Caruso gets hurt every game. Someone steps on his ankle or Caruso gets crossed up every single game. There's not been a game this season where I've not seen Caruso on the floor holding his ankle. For at least a month, I've seen Caruso on the floor holding his ankle every game. So you have to wonder these things. Anyway, it's time out here. The game just won't end, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 2 hours into the stream. I don't know if my voice can take any more. But we shall see. With 12 people watching, ladies and gentlemen, we just need 3 more likes. If any of you guys haven't liked the stream already, we just need 3 more to get to double digits. It's very achievable. I'm sure there's 3 of you guys out of the 12 that haven't done it yet. Please feel free to do so if you're enjoying the stream. I'm not going to lie, it's not been my finest performance today. But we push forward, man. We push forward. We've got a big game against the Magic. If this sickness gets worse, I might not do a watch-along for that game. But if it gets better, then you'll see me there, of course. Is it the Magic that we got next? I may as well check that while we're here. Because I know I searched it earlier, but I forgot. So, our next game is against the Magic. And it's on Monday for me. Oh, that's a night. 8 a.m.? Oh my goodness. They just get earlier and earlier, don't they? They just get earlier and earlier. Wow. Wowee. The last game of the season for me, by the way, guys, is at 3 a.m. So you're probably getting an afternoon game or a morning game at that point. That's literally a morning game. And I'm getting a 3 a.m. game. We're both playing in the morning. Anyway. Brunson. Crafty layup, but he misses. Javonte Green tries to hustle for the loose ball. The Knicks end up getting it. Vucevic trying to guard McBride here. It's back to Brunson. Brunson tries to find Hartenstein and Drummond picks it off. With 3 minutes to go, that's a big, big possession for the Bulls. And can we score on it? They try to set the trap on DeRozan. Javonte Green has the ball and it's back with DeRozan. They try to set a trap. Javonte Green to Ayo. Ayo bounce past to Drummond. Drummond to Vooch. Vooch to DeRozan. DeRozan shoots. It's a really poor possession, but Ayo is going to save it here. And he'll shoot the three. And Vucevic and Drummond. No one can score this ball. Ayo for three again. And it's short. And the Knicks will secure it. But why that possession is so poor is because too many passes and no one is willing to take the shot. So we passed it to a heavily contested DeRozan anyway. All that passing led to one of the worst shots of the game. Brunson gets the and one. Had Javonte Green on his back. And again, he knows how to create that contact. It's interesting because it's Jalen Brunson that's initiating the contact, not Javonte Green. It's Brunson initiating the contact, but he's smart enough to make it believe it's Javonte Green, and he gets the and one. We're in dangerous territory here, ladies and gentlemen. 2:29 to go. The Bulls are only up by 4. We need a bucket. We need to keep on trading buckets. All right, Drummond with the DeRozan with the ball in his hands here. A big shot incoming. A double screen with Drummond and Vucevic. Javonte Green to Vooch. Back to DeRozan. 2:14 to go. DeRozan shoots the three. That's off. Javonte Green put back and score. We needed that one. Again, dirty work and hustle play. That's what's brought us in this game. That's why we have the lead. Brunson. Bounce past the Hartenstein is going to go back to Brunson. We know who's going to be taking this shot. They find Achua, and looks like there's going to be a foul called before the shot. Hartenstein looks like he's hurt on the floor. But he's getting back up. It looks like he'll be alright. Drummond kind of just shoved him out of the way a little bit. Not a great play from Andre Drummond. But here we go. Hartenstein's at the line for free throws. Both teams are in the penalty with 1:45 to go in the game. And it looks like he's missed the first free throw. All right, and Hartenstein makes the second. 1:43 to go. A big possession here. DeRozan, Vucevic, open, shoots, and Vucevic makes a three. He hasn't shined from the three-point line this season, but he might have made one of the biggest ones that we needed to win this game. Timeout, New York. Bulls up by 8. And that is a big shot from Vuce. He's been quiet all game. He's been very quiet in this game. But that's a big shot, ladies and gentlemen. When you need it at most, Vucevic is there. He's got 16 points on the game. And a big three. Massive three. You could tell how big of a three that was because the entire bench got up to celebrate with him. Look, it's not going to be an easy feat beating New York, and we're going to be very happy with this win if we get it. Up by 8 with about a minute or so to go. But just remember, we got the Knicks 2 more times. We got the Knicks in a couple of days, in about 4 days' time, and then we got the Knicks at the end of the season. So there's still a lot of Knicks we're going to see. It's not just going to be one game. We can run away with it. We've already versed them once this season and lost. This could be a big win for us. We've got to take advantage of this one. This win keeps us in the 9th seed. So that's very important as well. All right. $1:33 to go. Knicks are going to inbound. We are now playing a 1-center lineup as Drummond gets sent to the bench. Dalen Terry's on for the Bulls. Brunson and Ayo collide on the floor, and it looks like that's going to be a foul on Ayo. So that's a really cheap one to give away. That's going to send Brunson to the free throw line. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, just too over eager Ayo. And again, a bit of... Brunson flops a lot, man. Like, a lot. I didn't notice it that much until watching him. He's flopped a lot in these possessions. And he makes the first. Alright. Brunson makes both. We're back to 6. A big bucket here could ice this game. DeRozan finds Vooch. Vooch finds Ayo in the corner. Ayo with the fake, the drive, the floater. And it's good! Big shot from Ayo. That might put the dagger in the coffin here. Brunson, floater. Misses. DiVincenzo gets the offensive rebound. And Javonte Green with the steal. And we're going to slow it down, ladies and gentlemen. We're under a minute left. Javonte Green has stolen the show today. DeRozan bounce past the Vooch. Back to DeRozan. And he turns it over. I think he was trying to find Green. Not the right play there for DeRozan. A bounce pass to Achua and Anunoby. McBride for 3. Off. And we get the rebound. And this is pretty much close to game over. Knicks are not even going to foul, ladies and gentlemen. 22 seconds left. They're going to set the trap. DeRozan easily passes out of it. We're just going to pass it around the rim. With 4 seconds left, Green won't shoot it. And the time runs out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to walk away with a victory against the New York Knicks. Was this the prettiest win? No. Was it the most needed win? Probably. And what got us this win? Grit, determination, hustle, dirty work, offensive rebounding. It's the little things. I remember seeing a video of Billy Donovan saying 95% of the game is played without the ball. So if you could be excellent without the ball, you give yourselves the best chance to win, even if the ball is in your hands. I remember seeing that video somewhere. It's surfaced somewhere on the internet. You know, Billy Donovan often gets criticized for his coaching. But today, the 95% without the ball is how we won the game. It's the dirty work. It's the hustle. It might be just a one-off, but it's a massively important one-off to say the least. Atlanta have a brutal schedule coming up. So staying the 19 is important. This win gives us the opportunity to do that. Congratulations to the Bulls. A big, big win against the Knicks as well. Again, we did it against good competition. Controversies all around, yes. But a win is most definitely a win. And Javonte Green is getting all the cameras and all the highlights on him. Look, there's like 4 people all around him wanting to get interviews. There's, people with phones. Zach LaVine's giving him a hug. We have to hear this interview. I cannot end this live stream without hearing an interview. Casey Johnson, take it away. All right, so they asked him about the G League, and now he's come back a month later, playing from the G League till now. He's breaking records for the Bulls. He said it's a blessing to do it in front of Chicago. He said the playoffs has essentially started for us 2 weeks ago because every win is important. He's talking about his friends from the hood. He's talking about his recovery process at the moment and how much of a blessing he is to be back in Chicago. And there we go. Interview done, ladies and gentlemen. And therefore, the stream is done. Can they do it 2 more times against the Knicks? I honestly don't know. I genuinely do not know if we could do it 2 times against the Knicks. Look, at the end of the day, it really is one game at a time. Because this Bulls team is so inconsistent. You don't even know if they're going to do it in the next game, let alone against the Knicks again. So, we'll have to wait and see. As long as we can stay the 9th seed, this season is what it is. But falling to the 10th seed basically puts our play-in tournament hopes of getting out of it dead and buried already. 2 away games, make it tougher for yourselves. You got to get the wins. You got to get to the 9th seed. With that being said, I'm going to end the stream here. We'll do a game reaction shortly afterwards. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, feel free to like if you haven't already. We're going to quickly check the double digits just to see if we got there or not. Something tells me we didn't, but you never know. We got to 9 likes. Tough break. Oh well. Almost got there. Just one more. We just needed one, but it is what it is. I will see you in the next stream, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful and safe day. I will try to do my best to do a watch-along against the Magic. It's a very early game, but it's usually it's going to depend on if I'm sick or not. If it gets worse, I'll let you guys know in the community tab if I do a watch-along for that game. If it gets better, I'll see you there. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. God bless. Take care. And